What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be analysing the Manchester City game against Sheffield United away from home in the Premier League. A good solid 1-0 win for Manchester City. So we'll be speaking about all there is to talk about from this game. But like always, if you're enjoying the content, then make sure you help support my channel by pressing that red button, subscribing and pressing the bell and putting your push notifications on. We're running daily Manchester City transfer updates along with these videos of analysis and previews throughout the January transfer window, so make sure you subscribe and check them out if you so wish. We're aiming for 5,500 subscribers at the time of recording. We're only 7 subscribers away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. You can find my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in description below and popping up on screen. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below too, and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. So we're going to crack on with this video, and we're going to speak up first about the team selection, the big team news that came out. Aymeric Laporte not only back for Manchester City but also in the starting 11 too. Manchester City went with 5 at the back. We saw Laporte partnering Fernandinho and Nicolas Otamendi. We saw Rodri starting at defensive midfield with De Bruyne and Mahrez occupying in the midfield, and seeing Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus either drifting out wide or going up top as like a 5-3-2 type formation, as we saw Zinchenko, because Benjamin Mendes picked up a knock. Zinchenko looked very comfortable in this game too. He was playing at left wing back, and we saw Kyle Walker playing at right wing back. Yeah, Edison in goal, pretty solid from City all in all. For Sheffield United, they saw Bernie starting up top along with Billy Sharp. We had Baldock and Stevens starting on the wing backs for them as they went 5-3-2-2. They had Norwood, Besic in the middle, the defence with a back 3 as expected, with Chris Basham, Egan and O'Connell, and of course Dean Henderson in net for Sheffield United. So pretty much as expected from them. City throwing out a couple of curveballs, in particular that Aymeric Laporte, because I don't think anyone was expecting to see Laporte start in the game. But so yeah, we knew Laporte was getting there. I didn't know he was match ready, but so yeah, nice to see Laporte in this game. Now, first half, pretty boring opening half really for me. Manchester City were defending really well, particularly set pieces. I thought our passing was a bit wayward at times. I thought Laporte looked a little bit rusty for the first 20-25 minutes, but it is to be expected when you've been out for months. I thought once he'd settled into the game, he looked extremely calm, and I thought it made our defence look really calm and really well organised, so that was really nice to see. I didn't like Sheffield United's tactics in the seemingly targeting Aymeric Laporte. Besic went in with a really nasty, uncalled for late challenge. Studs weren't raised off the ground, but they were up on the ground, if you get what I mean. He ends up picking up a yellow card. I think it'd have been harsh red card, but I felt like it was more of just an unnecessary challenge that just didn't need to be made. Surely you can sympathise with another professional football player just coming back from a serious injury and goes and does a challenge like that. I mean, that's their tactic they're going for. Is your opinion of him of what you want, but yeah, didn't like that. I think McBurney had a nibble at Laporte from a corner, and there was another player too. Seemed to just be targeting the first half Aymeric Laporte. I'm not too sure why. I don't like that tactic, if I'm completely honest. It's not something that I do agree with. I can understand why they've done it, but it isn't nice. There we go. Promoting good. But yeah, I felt Sheffield United looked very huffed, trying to make things happen, putting set pieces into the box, City defending them very well, trying long throws and trying all of the tactics that you come to expect from a team that when City dominate the ball, they're going to try and utilise any opportunities that they can get. Balls over the top, for example, kick and chase type situation. It is what's to be expected. I thought Sheffield United were trying all of them tricks. Weren't really working with how well organised City's defence was, which is why I've been calling for us to be playing 3 at the back, even against Crystal Palace, because I feel like we look very comfortable and organised when playing 3 centre-backs. So, yeah, I'd like to, in our next Premier League game anyway, see us continue with the 3 at the back with Laporte coming back. It is always nice to see. In terms of chances for Manchester City in the first half, Raheem Sterling missed a very good opportunity. The ball was nicely worked. He's on his stronger foot, just has a potluck shot that goes straight at Dean Henderson, who makes a really good save. If he goes low and goes hard, the ball goes in the back of the net. Raheem Sterling just looks like he's just lacking just a little bit of confidence. I feel like he just needs a goal just to really ease and settle him down. But football's one of those things where you got a lot of talent, you've got to work hard, but you've not got to try too hard on the pitch. Otherwise, it becomes quite noticeable that Raheem Sterling is just trying too hard, really, and so it's affecting his natural performance, and because of that, the balls aren't going into the back of the net, and I feel like he just wanted that little bit too much, and so he's just snatching and just trying to make things happen that perhaps aren't there. That's just my opinion. Now, the biggest talking point obviously comes in the form of the penalty. Riyad Mahrez, some great skill, running in around the Sheffield United defence. I think it's Basham that comes over, misses the challenge, misses the ball, takes the man on his challenge, penalty given. I've seen some saying that it was weak. To me, it's pretty stonewall, in my opinion. He knocks the ball past him, he makes the challenge, misses the ball, goes into the player goes down. Penalty, really? It was a needless challenge, a challenge that didn't need to be made. There we go, but it did. Penalty given. Gabriel Jesus steps up. Yeah, misses. Yeah. Gabriel Jesus, I think there's some crazy stats out there. I think he's missed quite a few penalties. I don't know the exact numbers, but I was reading that I think he's missed 6 of his last 10 or something like that for club and country. Anyway, do we not have a better option for someone to be taking penalties? I'm not too sure. I mean, penalties aren't our forte. They're not our strongest point, if I'm completely honest. Aguero's our penalty taker, and to me, Aguero isn't the best penalty taker in the world either. So, I feel like it's something maybe we could work on, and Gabriel Jesus could work on. I thought that his penalty wasn't a terrible penalty, in my opinion. Was at a really good height, though, for the goalkeeper to make. It's not in the corner. I can nitpick at the penalty, but it's a good height for the goalkeeper for him to make the save. If he puts that along the floor, he wheels away in celebration. So I don't think it was a terrible penalty. It's obviously better than the one he took against Atalanta away, where it just went miles wide. So we're getting him on target at least, so it's improvement. Next, we'll try and get it in the back of the net. Obviously, I'm smiling and I'm happy about it because City's got the job done, but yeah, there is still room for improvements. My notes at half-time, I feel like City looked very comfortable. I was frustrated, but we did look comfortable. We looked comfortable on the ball. We just needed to find our clinical touch, and we know in the Premier League, you need to be clinical. You do. You need to put your opportunities in the back of the net if you're going to win games. We created 2 or 3 very good opportunities, and I was a bit frustrated that with how City have been over the last few weeks, bar the Crystal Palace match, we've been extremely clinical, but we weren't in this game. And whilst it was 0-0, Sheffield United always will fancy their chance, and that was my concern. It reminded me a lot of the Wolves game against away at Molineux, obviously, where City took their opportunities, and then just as the half went on in the second half, we just deteriorated away with how aggressive Sheffield United were being. Obviously it didn't turn out, but I was quite concerned that City might try and bite back at Sheffield United and give away something needless like a red card, which will obviously change the game. Obviously didn't happen. It was just something I was quite fearful of. I'll give Sheffield United credit where credit's due. I thought in the second half they came out, they weren't as aggressive, and actually they were playing much better. They looked a lot sharper. Billy Sharp, yeah, get it. He went off and Mousse came on. A little bit more power, a little bit more pace for them. Worked really well, getting balls in over the top. Less reliant on the set pieces and instead trying to work stuff into the Manchester City box. And it did work. McBurney managed to get onto the end of one of the balls and sliced it just wide. He was offside and VAR would have ruled it out, but that was more like what Sheffield United would have been looking for from the game. They just didn't do it often enough, in my opinion. But just as Sheffield United missed one potential tap-in at one end, Manchester City go and put it in at the other. Vintage Kevin De Bruyne, his 15th assist of the season in the Premier League, lays it on a play. Aguero, who came on for Gabriel Jesus later in the second half, right place at the right time to score his 7th goal in 4 games on the 73rd minute to put Manchester City ahead, and obviously we ended up sealing the game. Laporte did come off on the 78th minute. It seemed to be holding his leg, not too sure if there's anything more serious there, but he's just come back from a long spell, so I imagine he's going to need a little bit of rest and recovery longer than some of the other players, so I wouldn't expect to see him this weekend. I won't be too concerned if he's not in the squad, but over the next couple of weeks you're just going to ease him back into the squad, and hopefully within the next 3 or 4 weeks we'll have a fully fit Aymeric Laporte ready to go, which will be really good. Put in a really good solid performance, and I thought he really settled our defence down, which is why we've kept a clean sheet in this game and we look really solid at the back. He's a really well organised, level-headed defender. Now, I would love a defence of Eric Garcia, Fernandinho and Aymeric Laporte. That is something I would like to see as a back three from Manchester City at some point. Three very level-headed, excellent, great quality centre-back, so that's something I would like to see. Huffed and puffed late in this second half from Sheffield United. Tried the hardest long pumps into the City box. Didn't really work. City looked very solid and managed to hold on for the 1-0 win. And to me, a really good away win for us. Can't really underestimate. We're playing the top quality team chasing Europa League football next season. Away from home, it's a ground that a lot of teams will struggle at. They're hard to break down. We've managed to do that. Keep a clean sheet and pick up the 3 points, and just what we're looking for, really. Nice to pick up a clean sheet, yeah, it's nice to win 1-0, if I'm honest. Shows you don't have to score 4 goals every game to be able to win games, and feel like we're just slowly but surely starting to learn some lessons. In terms of stats, 4 shots, 1 on target for Sheffield United. That came via a back heel from Mousset, who could have laid it off. I think it was for Fleck, who could have maybe had a better shot, but there we go. That's just how well Manchester City were in limiting the opportunities for Sheffield United, so I thought it was excellent. 18 shots from us, just 5 on target. That's a little disappointing. 1 goal's gone in, but if we're getting 5 or 6 shots, I'm always going to be looking for 2 or 3 goals, if I'm completely honest. So coming away with 1, I'd expect no less from the clinical Sergio Aguero. Feel like Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus don't like to criticise too much, but they do need to up their game a little bit. 601 passes, 87% pass completion rate from City, 286 for Sheffield United at a 66% pass completion rate. Key passes, a lot more for Manchester City, 16 passes compared with Sheffield United's 3. City managed to create a couple of clear-cut opportunities. Sheffield United managed to create 1 without making Henderson work too hard. Man City only put in 27 crosses in this game, connecting with 7, 26% completion rate. It's not bad, it's better than Sheffield United's 5 crosses that they completed from their 21 attempts. More dribbles for Manchester City. Defensive stats seem to majority be dominated by Sheffield United, but when City have so much of the ball, that is to be expected. Now, Sheffield United, my summary, they were aggressive first half, looked more threatening in the second half going forward. They're a well-drilled, well-organised team, and I can see why teams are going to struggle, particularly when they're playing at Bramall Lane against Sheffield United. They're a team that if they can create 1 good opportunity in the game, they can put it away. Unfortunately for them, they didn't manage to create that, and that was from how solid City were at the back. I'm lucky for them. Aymeric Laporte's come back and we look a lot more organised, which is really good news for us. And for us, speaking of us, Sergio Aguero, he just needs a statue, really, at the Etihad Stadium right in front of that North Stand where he scored that goal against QPR, because he's just a wonderful player. Just loves scoring goals, 7 goals in 4 games. Absolutely brilliant. Nice to have Aymeric Laporte back. He's my JSGC man of the match. I thought he made a whole world of difference in this game. If we don't have Laporte, I'm not too sure if we do keep a clean sheet. So level-headed, right place at the right time defender. Super. Can't really ask for much more from the defence, really, if I'm completely honest. Thought we looked very comfortable with Rodri and De Bruyne sitting deeper too. I thought it worked really well. Raheem Sterling and Mahrez, both good with their tracking back too, so I'm really happy with how we played in this game. Not the most perfect performance, but it was a performance that we needed to do for us to get to win this game. And like I said, we don't have to play beautiful, sensational football and score 4 goals every game. Sometimes just grinding and scoring 1 and playing well defensively and keeping them clean sheets is just what's needed in a long Premier League season. That's all we can ask for. So win for Manchester City. I'll take it every day of the week. We move on to the weekend in a cup game against Fulham. So I'll have a preview for that up, of course. I'll be running daily Manchester City transfer updates too, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. So there we go, that has been the video. You can leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below too. And also you can check out my social media links, which you can find in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find my email in the description below if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. I'll see you all again for the next video. So it's been JSGC with a smile on his face. We've picked up the win, a 1-0 win. We don't win many games 1-0 these days. Refreshing. I'll see you all again for the next video. Peace. Ciao for now.